Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for December or whenever this video finds you. I trust that there's no such thing as a coincidence. So whenever you see this video is exactly when you're meant to hear this message. I'd like to get started with what is the primary energy for the month ahead for the Scorpio collective. Spirit guides, spirit allies, angels, ascended masters, gods, goddesses, deities, any part of the Scorpio collective's spirit guide team. If you're here for their highest good, please share with me what is the primary energy for the month ahead for the Scorpio collective, please. And I'm getting support team. So Scorpio, I know that you be independent. Trust me, I'm a Scorpio moon, so I get it. But please remember that two minds are better than one, three minds are better than two, and four minds are unstoppable. So you do not have to do it alone. And I know that this month, December, it can be a crazy, crazy month. A lot of us are really busy. And it's kind of unnatural for us to be so busy in December. December is like coming into winter here in the Northern Hemisphere when, the harvest is over. We are supposed to be slowing down. The earth goes to sleep. We go to sleep. We're supposed to go to sleep anyways. But here we are in December going crazy for this materialistic holiday full of just presents and garbage and gluttony. It can be a really, really busy month, but Scorpio, this card is calling for you to call in on your support team, okay? You do not have to do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. Again, I know you can be a little hyper independent, and you like things your own way, and that's great. I love that. I love that about myself. I love that about you. We all have Scorpio somewhere in our chart, by the way. So if you're reading for different areas of your chart, then just know where this would be applicable to you. But Scorpio, that's your primary energy for the month, okay? Your primary energy for the month ahead. You don't have to do this alone, okay? What is the incoming energy for the month ahead for the Scorpio collective, please? What is the incoming energy? I'm getting the journey, okay? So yeah, it's a little bit of a challenging month, it feels. And let me tell you, it's been a challenging month for a number of the signs, so many of us, for different reasons. Again, December can be a little bit hectic, even if you don't celebrate the holidays. Traffic is wild. There's people everywhere. It's go, go, go. My husband travels for work. There's the airports are nuts this time of year. There's always delays. There's so many things to deal with here. You're getting the journey. So you're learning that your challenges that you are experiencing, the challenges that you're facing are actually lessons for you, okay? So whatever challenges are coming up for you, and for a lot of us in December, we can feel really triggered. A lot of us have memories, a lot of us have trauma, a lot of us have grief, a lot of us have, we're seeing our family members that trigger the ever-living heck out of us. There's so many reasons that December can be challenging, but you are learning that these challenges are actually lessons, and that's a beautiful place to be, because that shift of perception can really change things for us. When we don't realize that our challenges are lessons, then we think, oh no, why is this happening to me? We get into that victim story. We drop into that victim mentality, and really we're stuck in our comfort zone there. The ego likes to keep us in that victim story. True empowerment comes from when we can release that victim story. I did an event a couple years ago, and a woman said that, and it stuck with me. It made so much sense. My program is called Sacred Self-Empowered. My monthly membership, my annual membership, is called the Sacred Self-Empowered Community. So I'm always talking about empowerment. Please mind that beeping in the background. I'm always talking about empowerment. And when she said that, true empowerment comes when we can release our victim story, that really spoke to me, and it really stuck to me. You're not in your victim story, Scorpio. It feels to me like you're dropping that victim story in the month of December, and you are taking responsibility, and you can see that things are not happening to you. They're happening for you. The challenges that you're experiencing in the month of December, you can see the lessons. You're starting to show up better, I feel, like being more responsive rather than reactive. And that's huge, because so often, somebody activates our wound, whatever the wound is. When somebody activates our wound energy, we can just show up just so reactive. We don't even stop to think before we react to something. But it feels to me like you're learning how to show up a little bit better, a little more in alignment with your higher self. You are also getting the void though, okay? So I just want you to be aware of where you might be numbing out, where you might be avoiding doing this work, okay? So you're seeing that every challenge you face has a hidden gift inside, but the void tells us that you're avoiding something. You're avoiding something by numbing out. When we numb out, it's typically done with something to do with the letter S, okay? So you might be aware of like substances. Everybody's like, oh, okay, well, numbing out, obviously that means food, drugs, alcohol. A lot of us eat our feelings, especially in December. It seems like it's everywhere. Again, it's such a gluttonous month, right? Like people are bringing candies everywhere they go and chocolates everywhere they go. And just, whenever family gets together, it seems to be an excuse to eat like a shit show. Like it's just over the top so much. It could be alcohol. Maybe you're somebody who likes to drink. Once upon a time, so was I. And, this time of year, it's just a great excuse to drink. And why not? Everywhere I go, I'm going to bring a bottle of wine with me or bring a bottle of honey jack or whatever the case was. Maybe it's drugs. I don't know. You can tell me, but I don't know. If it's not foods, drugs, or alcohol, usually it's something else that starts with the letter S. So it could be a screen. And I don't like to say this when I'm doing these videos because, hey, maybe you're numbing out right now watching this video. I don't want to be perpetuating that for you by any means. Maybe it's sex or shopping. Those things create like an instant dopamine hit and you feel better for a moment, but then sometimes we crash right after. Regardless of your current flavor of self-sabotage, it definitely feels like there is going to be some numbing out happening in the month of December, but that doesn't have to be your fate, okay? You have free will. You now have this information that this is a possibility. What are you going to do with that information? Are you going to just succumb to it? You got the journey. So you are learning that the challenges you face have a hidden gift inside. So maybe, just maybe, you are going to have the awareness that you have been numbing out. And you're going to take the action to stop doing that. You're going to pattern interrupt. You're going to notice when you're numbing out, and you're going to start to make some changes. I'm also getting trust and forgiveness, okay? So it's time for you to let your guard down, Scorpio. I know you can hold some grudges. My mom's a Scorpio too. Oh wait, so is my dad. They don't speak, so that tells you right there they can struggle with grudges. I've really had to learn to embrace forgiveness, because what's the opposite of forgiveness? The opposite of forgiveness is resent, right? And we can only get so far in our journey when we're hanging out in the energy of resent. Think about all the things that you want to manifest into your life. You probably want more love. You probably want more laughter. You probably want more happiness. Maybe you want more travel. Maybe you want more money. Who knows? Whatever it is that you want, think of it as like, okay, that is a certain frequency, whatever it is that you want. And the frequency of resent is like over here. And they're not an energetic match. In order to manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest into your life, we have to be an energetic match to that thing. And when we choose not to forgive, that's like choosing resent. And when we're hanging out in the energy of resent, we're just not an energetic match to whatever it is that we're trying to manifest. So forgiveness is huge, especially come December. Once again, what did I say earlier? December can be extremely triggering for a lot of us. We're seeing family that we haven't seen all year. We are, we're buying presents for people that like don't even know our favorite color sometimes. Like it's so annoying. It can be so annoying. It can be so triggering. And personally, I'm a giver. I love to get gifts. People are always like, Jenny, we're not doing gifts this year. I'm like, well, I am. And they're like, well, you don't stress yourself out. Don't go out of your way. Well, yes, I do create my own misery sometimes by stressing out, but I really love, especially to make gifts. I like to make candles. I like to make like essential oil blends, things like that. I like to make things and give those out as gifts because I think it's important just to show the people that I care about that I care about them. But, that's not always the way that gift giving goes. Sometimes gift giving is like, you feel obligated to get a gift. So you're going to get a gift and then you end up buying something totally meaningless because you don't really know very much about that person. December can be really stressful. It can be really triggering. And if you're getting trust and forgiveness, I have a feeling there are going to be some people that are triggering you this month. Remember to have forgiveness for them, okay? Because we're all just doing our best. We're all connected. We're all one, and we are all just doing our best. Maybe somebody else's best isn't the same as your best. If you're here and you're watching this video, then that tells me that you're on your journey. that you are willing to take responsibility for your own actions, that you are willing to take responsibility for your toxic behavior, your limiting beliefs, all of those things. So take responsibility for this one too, okay? Forgiveness is a choice. So if you choose not to forgive, then you are choosing to hang out in the energy of resentment. And I want to use the example of like a mother whose child was killed. And this is extreme, okay? But think of a mother whose child was killed in a car accident. How many times have you watched the news or watched a show, watched a documentary, and this mother's like, I had to find forgiveness for my daughter's murderer. I had to find forgiveness for the person who hit my child's car. I had to find forgiveness. It's like, if they can forgive the person who took their baby off this earth, then I think we can probably find forgiveness for the person who forgot our kid's birthday or whatever the case was. I'm not minimizing what hurt people have done to us, but remember that forgiveness isn't just about the other person. Forgiveness isn't like, oh, you should forgive that person because they deserve it. No, no, no. It's about setting yourself free. Setting yourself free from the energy of resent. Forgiveness helps you. It helps you move out of that energy of resent. I mean, think about it. The people that you've chosen not to forgive, the ones that are triggering you the most, like how much time, energy, and effort have you spent thinking about them, thinking about how they did you wrong, talking about them, gossiping about them, blaming, complaining, criticizing? How much of your energy, how many days have you wasted? You're in a bad mood because they did something and you couldn't believe they did that to you before, and now here they are doing it again to somebody else, whatever the case may be. How much of your energy and time have you wasted on this person? If you could find a space of forgiveness, then what they do isn't going to bother you. What they do isn't going to bother you in the least because you're just cool as a cucumber. I watch a lot of the Tarot Ship with Jimmy. So sometimes I say some of the things he says because I just love it. I just love it. He's so good. Okay, what does the Scorpio collective need to let go of? What does the Scorpio collective need to let go of in the month ahead in order to help them find that trust and forgiveness? Okay, so you're getting the environment card. So, I want you to be really conscious of the concept of hucha, dark, dense, heavy energy, okay? We all have it. We have hucha in our bodies. We have hucha around our bodies. We have hucha in our aura. We have hucha in our home. Hucha is just dark, dense, heavy energy. I train in shamanism through a Peruvian lineage, and we talk a lot about hucha and constantly cleansing. That's why I like to start these readings off with a little bit of, sorry about that, Scorpio. I forgot to put my phone on silent. Okay, you're getting the environment card. I was talking about hucha, and we all have dark, dense, heavy energy, including in our environments. I lit my Palo Santo again just there. And, the environment card is telling me that your environment might not be supporting you. You got the void and you got trust and forgiveness. So it feels like there could be a little bit of tension this month. And you can really alleviate that tension by clearing the hucha of your environment. So for me, I mean, I smudge my home. I smudge my home regularly. I smudge my home weekly. I smudge my body every day, multiple times a day. I smudge my body before I have any sort of client interaction, before any one-on-one session, before any of my group coaching calls, before I record videos like this. I also smudge my body after these types of interactions as well. I don't want your hucha. I don't want your energy. I'm sorry, I got enough of my own. I don't need yours. And this card is telling me that there could be some dense energy in your home. Remember that everything is energy and energy is everything. So think about every single item in your home. Every single item in your home has energy. Think about like who bought you that item, so their energy is on it. Think about when you purchased that item, whatever was going on at the time, that energy is on that item. Think about, like if you have like a shirt from an old boyfriend or something like that, all that energy is on there. And if that boyfriend hurt you, all that energy is definitely on there. December, again, it's a materialistic month where a lot of us are just, consumerism is at its all-time high. We're just buying all this junk that we probably do not need. And think about the items in your home that you're not paying attention to, the items in your home that you've maybe forgotten about. Well, they probably have the energy of abandonment or neglect on them as well. And all of that energy is in your home. So this is calling for you to really clean up your environment energetically and physically. So you might want to do like a big deep clean. You might want to rearrange furniture, empty drawers. I just did that. I emptied all my junk drawers and I reorganized them. I threw out a bunch of stuff. I burned a bunch of paper. There's so much that I did, and it really made a big difference. And then I smudged my home when I was done because I took all that stuff out of the drawers, and I'm like, all this energy of neglect and abandonment is all over the place. All right, what else does the Scorpio collective need to know for this month ahead, so that they can have the most harmonious December? Oh, I've got two here for you, okay? Okay, great, beautiful. So you're getting synchronicities, okay? So you're receiving messages from spirit, and allow these messages to guide you. Every message is a different meaning. So let's say, for example, this is a master number 44. That's really grounded. That's really protective. So if you're seeing 444, let this be your confirmation, your validation, that you are protected, that you are divinely guided and protected. You're also getting universal flow. Okay, so slow down, take some time to smell the roses. I think the best thing for you to do to make sure that your December is harmonious, is going with the flow, is just to slow down, clean up that environment, be mindful of any sort of numbing out that you might be doing. And whenever I pull the universal flow card for myself, I really like to make sure that I am upping my meditation practice. And I want to remind you that meditation doesn't always have to be listening to some guided thing. It doesn't always have to be silence and stillness. Meditation can be, what I like to do, number one is listening to shamanic drumming. That's my favorite way. My second favorite way is to listen to a sound bath. Larimar Sound Alchemy is here on YouTube and also on Spotify. Love, 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 love Larimar. Sometimes we're even meditating when we're doing things that we don't have to think about, such as driving. A lot of the times we meditate when we're driving, or going for a walk, or having a shower, or getting into a salt bath. That can be really powerful, because if you use Himalayan salts as opposed to Epsom salts, then that's going to be an extremely energetically cleansing bath. And if you don't have your phone, if you're just in the bath with no distractions, Garen flippin' teed, you are going to receive some intuitive guidance. So get into flow, watch those synchronicities, see what those messages mean for you. Cleanse your environment. Don't forget to ask for help. That was your primary message for the entire month, with support team. You don't have to do this alone, especially when it comes to that environment, okay? Cleansing your environment is going to make a big difference for you in the month ahead. So I would really encourage you to get some help with that. If you have a spouse, if you have children, even if you can call up a good friend, hey, can you give me a hand? I just have to, totally gut my house in the middle of December. I have to do it. And if you are noticing that you are numbing out, remember, trust and forgiveness is going to help you get there. And there is a lesson behind every challenge that you're facing. Now, I am going to clarify this reading further in the extended reading. So if you're joining me for the extended, I will see you over there. You can find the link in down below in the description box on how to join us for the extended. All members of the Sacred Self-Empowered community membership are able to join me in the extended reading, where not only are we going to clarify this reading a little bit more, but I'm also going to pull a card on your question. So if you are joining me for the extended, I want you to start thinking about that question right now. We will pull a card from the Animal Spirit Oracle. We'll also pull a card from the Romance Angels. So for those of you who are here for romance this month, relationships, we'll get a little bit of clarity for you for the month ahead on that as well. If you're resonating with any of this, please let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear how this is speaking to you. Please hit that like button and subscribe, of course. And if you think that there's someone else in your life who would benefit from this video, I would love it if you would share it with them as well. And I will see you next month, unless you're joining me on the extended. I'll see you here really soon.